Your mind is constantly buzzing with thoughts, worries, regrets, fears, and distractions. But what if you could master the art of silence within? Imagine a life where inner peace replaces stress, where clarity takes over chaos. In this video, we uncover 7 life-changing book teachings that will help you quiet your mind and transform your inner world. Stay until the end, because the final lesson is the key to lasting serenity. These teachings have stood the test of time, offering wisdom that can reshape how you think, feel, and respond to life. Whether you're struggling with stress, anxiety, or just seeking a calm mind, these insights will guide you toward a state of true inner peace. Buddhism has preserved ancient wisdom that can help you silence mental noise, break free from overthinking, and discover a deep sense of inner peace. If you're ready to let go of stress and embrace clarity, keep watching. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Become the observer, not the servant of your thoughts. Your mind is like an endless stream, constantly generating thoughts, some positive, some negative, and many completely random. These thoughts can range from helpful insights to anxious worries. It's important to remember that you are not your thoughts. Just because a thought appears in your mind doesn't mean it is true, and it doesn't mean you have to believe it or act on it. Buddhism teaches the practice of detached awareness, learning to watch your thoughts without getting emotionally caught up in them. Imagine your thoughts as clouds drifting in the sky. Some are light and pleasant, while others are dark and stormy. No matter their shape, they always pass. Your mind is like the sky, vast, open, and unaffected by the passing clouds. The next time you feel overwhelmed by stress, worry, or negative thinking, take a deep breath and step back mentally. Instead of saying, "I am anxious," shift your perspective to, "I am noticing anxiety in my mind." This small change creates distance between you and your thoughts, making it easier to let them pass without being controlled by them. By practicing this awareness daily, you free yourself from the endless cycle of overthinking. You no longer react impulsively to every thought, but instead choose how to respond with clarity and wisdom. Remember, your thoughts do not control you unless you allow them to. You are the observer, not the servant. Lesson 2. Silence the mind by mastering your breath. Your breath is one of the most powerful tools for calming the mind and finding inner stillness. In Buddhism, the breath is considered a direct path to mindfulness, helping to anchor you in the present moment. When the mind is restless, thoughts race, and emotions become overwhelming, your breath is always there as a steady refuge. Most people breathe unconsciously, often in shallow, quick patterns, especially during stress. But when you learn to control your breath, you gain control over your mind. A slow, deep breath sends signals to your nervous system, telling your body to relax and your mind to slow down. A simple yet effective Buddhist breathing practice is conscious breathing. Inhale deeply through your nose for a slow count of 4. Hold your breath for 4 counts. Exhale gently through your mouth for 4 counts. Pause, then repeat the cycle. As you do this, focus your full attention on the feeling of air entering and leaving your body. Notice how your chest and belly rise and fall. The more you concentrate on your breath, the quieter your thoughts become. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, pause for a moment and return to your breath. This simple habit instantly creates space between you and your emotions, allowing you to respond with calmness instead of reacting impulsively. With practice, your breath becomes a tool for inner peace, helping you silence the noise of the mind and reconnect with the present moment. Lesson 3. Reduce mental clutter with simplicity. A cluttered mind is often the result of an overstimulated life. Too many distractions, too much information, and unnecessary worries. In Buddhism, simplicity is not just about owning fewer things. It's about creating mental space by letting go of what doesn't serve you. When your life is filled with unnecessary commitments, excess possessions, or constant digital distractions, your mind becomes restless and overwhelmed. One way to reduce mental clutter is by simplifying your daily habits. Start by focusing on what truly matters. Ask yourself, am I holding on to things, physical or emotional, that no longer serve me? Do I spend too much time worrying about things I can't control? Am I overloading my mind with social media, news, or endless entertainment? The less mental and physical clutter you have, the more peace you will experience. Start small. Tidy up your living space. Limit unnecessary screen time and be intentional about where you direct your attention. Even something as simple as reducing multitasking and focusing on one thing at a time can help clear your mind. Simplicity is about making space for what truly matters: peace, clarity, and presence. When you stop filling your mind with unnecessary noise, you create room for stillness and wisdom to arise. Lesson 4. The power of single tasking. In a world that constantly demands our attention, our minds have become accustomed to jumping from one task to another. We check our phones while eating, switch between tabs while working, and juggle multiple conversations at once. This habit might feel productive, but it scatters the mind, increases stress, and reduces the quality of our experiences. The mind thrives when it is fully engaged in a single task at a time. By immersing ourselves in one activity with full awareness, we cultivate clarity, efficiency, and a deeper sense of peace. To begin, approach each task with complete focus. When you work, work fully. When you eat, be fully present with your meal. Eliminate distractions. Put your phone on silent, close unnecessary apps or tabs, and find a quiet space. Engage the senses. Notice the warmth of your tea, the aroma, the taste, or the feeling of your pen on paper. Slowing down and moving with intention sharpens focus. Even mundane activities, washing dishes, folding clothes, or typing, can become meditative when done with full awareness. Incorporate short pauses between tasks. Take a deep breath before transitioning. This brief moment of stillness resets the mind, preventing fatigue and improving clarity. By practicing these habits daily, your mind gradually learns to stay present, leading to a calmer, clearer, and more intentional way of living. Lesson 5. Stop over-identifying with your problems. One of the biggest sources of mental suffering is over-identifying with problems. When challenges arise, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or stuck. However, the mind often makes struggles worse by attaching them to our identity. Instead of seeing problems as temporary, we start believing they define who we are. This attachment creates unnecessary stress and anxiety. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from clinging to emotions, thoughts, and personal struggles. Shift your perspective. Instead of "I am stressed," say, "I am experiencing stress." Instead of "I am a failure," say, "I am facing a setback." This simple change in language creates space between you and your difficulties, helping you see them as temporary experiences, not permanent truths. Remember, your mind generates thoughts constantly, but not all of them are true or useful. Problems often feel heavier because we replay them in our minds, feeding them energy. Instead, step back and observe them like an outsider. Imagine your thoughts as leaves floating down a river. Acknowledge them, but let them drift away. Recognize that everything is temporary. Emotions, struggles, and circumstances are always changing. Mindfulness strengthens this awareness, helping you respond rather than react. Shift your perspective on problems. View them as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. Practice gratitude, focus on what's positive, and surround yourself with supportive individuals. Problems do not define your existence. True peace does not come from a life without problems. It comes from a mind that no longer lets problems control it. Lesson 6. Practice daily stillness. In the fast-paced world we live in, stillness has become rare. The mind is constantly bombarded with distractions, notifications, social media, work, and responsibilities. Even in moments of free time, we often fill it with more noise. This continuous mental activity creates stress, anxiety, and exhaustion. Buddhism teaches that true peace is found not in doing more but in doing less, in moments of stillness where the mind can reset and reconnect with itself. Stillness is not just the absence of movement or noise. It is a conscious practice of pausing and observing. When you allow yourself to be still, even for a few minutes a day, your mind naturally begins to quiet down. Thoughts slow, emotions settle, and clarity returns. Ways to cultivate stillness include daily meditation. Even a few minutes of intentional silence can make a huge difference. Close your eyes, focus on your breath, and observe thoughts without judgment. Mindful breathing. Take a few moments to inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, then exhale gently. This anchors you in the present moment. Spending time in nature. Observe trees, rivers, birds, or the sky. Nature slows down the mind and reconnects you with yourself. Silent activities. Reading, journaling, painting, or sipping tea mindfully can cultivate stillness when done with full awareness. Mini retreats. Set aside 10-15 minutes each day for complete silence, free from screens, conversations, or distractions. Body awareness. Scan your body from head to toe, noticing areas of tension. Shifting focus to physical sensations grounds you in the present. Stillness trains the mind to be less reactive, more peaceful, and resilient to stress. It is not about escaping life. It is about fully experiencing it with clarity and presence. Lesson 7. Let go of the need to control everything. One of the biggest causes of stress and mental unrest is the constant urge to control everything. Outcomes, people, emotions, and even the future. Buddhism teaches that control is just an illusion. No matter how much we plan, worry, or resist, life remains unpredictable. The sooner we learn to let go, the sooner we experience true inner peace. Letting go begins with acceptance. Accept that not everything is in your hands. Stop resisting reality. Trust that life will unfold as it should. Mindful surrender helps. When you feel the urge to control a situation, pause and ask yourself, am I trying to force an outcome beyond my control? Is my worry changing anything? Release expectations. Life may unfold differently than imagined, and that's okay. Sometimes setbacks lead to better opportunities and greater wisdom. Understand that letting go does not mean becoming passive. Focus on what you can control, your attitude, actions, and reactions. Let go of what you cannot. The more you practice letting go, the lighter your mind will feel. You will no longer carry unnecessary worries and will find life flows much more smoothly. True freedom comes not from control. It comes from being at peace with whatever comes your way. The journey to inner peace begins with small, daily actions. By observing your thoughts, mastering your breath, simplifying your life, embracing single tasking, detaching from problems, practicing daily stillness, and letting go of control, you can turn your mind into a sanctuary of calm. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to Silent Strength for more wisdom on Buddhist philosophy and mindfulness. Let us know in the comments which of these teachings resonated with you the most. Thank you for watching. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering.